So I'm going to move on to the first bank of 8 LEDs first, and following his instructions, you need to use this spacer to space the LEDs up, and then you can align them with this guy. And we're going to want to do these in banks. We're going to want to do this bank because you got to be able to slide this out. So if you did this bank first, you'd have to be careful of the orientation. He assembles them from the bottom of the board up, and I will follow that same pattern myself. So we'll go ahead and assemble this first bank here together. Got some blue painter's tape. It doesn't leave residue behind. Just kind of hold that in place. Looking at the orientation of the LEDs, the flats on the silkscreen are down. So I will put those in that way. Definitely want to get them in the right orientation, otherwise they will not light. I've got the PCB raised up here so the leads can fall flat through, not impede on anything. So there are the first 8. We've got the little alignment guide that sits over the top to help align them. I had cut some tape pieces. Should be able to flip the board over. Orientation all looks the same. Actually, I think I'm going to put this down on the work surface so there's some pressure pushing up through the LEDs. Need something to kind of hold the board up level. I have something here about the right height. You'd think with all the stuff I have here I would have something about the right height, but that's pretty close. I'll do my best to keep my hands away from camera angles, although can't really guarantee. Get the better glasses for soldering. Turn the tip up, clean it here. I may have to. The tip's looking, yeah, that cleaned up okay. So I'm just going to put some pressure down through the board. And only solder 1 pin of each LED. Again, I'd like to be getting my head down closer to the board, but I'd get in the way of the camera. So this is a little clumsier than it typically is for me. So I've soldered 1 leg of each LED. Oops. And we can see that when I pulled it off, I actually bent. Oh, I missed an LED. Apparently, I did miss an LED. Actually, it just didn't take solder. not all flush down to the guide, so I will reflow and push in with my finger just to get him down flush. Pin lengths are all correct. The LED flats are to the bottom. I really twisted that one when I screwed up earlier. Hopefully I haven't damaged the LED. A couple of these still aren't really as flush as I would like. Height doesn't have to be perfect. I reheated the pins and just pushed each one down with my fingertip, just to get them in a little more flush, and that actually looks okay. Of course, now can I get the alignment guide out? And now we should be able to solder the other pins. Actually, I'll flip the board around this way. Not the best soldering I've ever done, but it looks okay. Trim off the leads. And now we need 8 3K ohm resistors. That's the long strip here that came in my package. They are orange, black, red. So orange is 3, black is 0, red indicates 2 zeros after, so 3000 or 3K. We need 8 of these. 2, 4, 6, 8. Two, 4, 6, and 8. And as he mentions in the video, the leads need to be bent very tight up against the package. So I'm going to pre-bend these. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I've mentioned this in previous videos. I like having the orientation of the color bands all the same way. And this one I put in, I've got the tolerance band up, the gold band, so I'm going to put these all in that same orientation with the gold band up. I just think it makes for a little nicer assembly. The resistors are not polarized. It doesn't honestly matter which direction they go in. But I just think it looks nicer. Oh, I didn't bend one apparently. Oh, this is hard to do. I may have to change glasses out here. If I get something that gives me a little better look at what I'm doing. I suffer from old eyes. Happens to everybody. Man, I can't see. I'm trying to keep my hands out of your field of view and at the same time be able to see enough that I can actually get the leads into the holes, but I'm really not having any luck with that. Oh, this shouldn't be this much of a struggle. Wow, this one is just really unhappy. I don't know why that one was such a struggle. Wow, what the heck? That's becoming a little bit irritating that I keep catching the lead on the edge of the plate through hole. Tack these into place. And solder. I'm sure the tape's actually holding them up tight. Sounds like my rice might be getting done downstairs. Means I can get the rest of dinner going. Yeah, I'm aware hands are in the way. It's just hard not to. These will still look flush. We can trim those leads. Soldering on one of those LEDs looks really lousy. In fact, it looks lousy on a couple of them. It's partly because I'm just not working as close as I'm used to. It's not horrid. So we've got 8 LEDs in place, the 8 current limiting resistors for them. The alignment stayed okay. I think at this point he moved on to actually testing by applying power to the system, and I'll review that video and we'll do that next.